Hello, welcome to Chapter 4 Bootstrap Grid Classes brought to you by Ankpro Technologies. My name is Harish. In this session, we are going to learn what is Bootstrap Grid class and also the Bootstrap Grid classes for small devices, medium devices, and large devices. And finally, we are going to see the advantages of using the Bootstrap Grid classes. Right now, let us understand the Bootstrap Grid classes. Okay, Bootstrap includes several grid classes to create the layouts for different devices like mobiles, tablets, and desktops. In the sense, Bootstrap is going to provide us some grid classes if you are going to create the layouts for different devices like mobiles, tablets, and desktops, and that's the meaning of that sentence. And coming to the second point, grid classes for a given screen size. Okay, grid classes for a given screen size apply to that screen size itself and larger also unless another declaration overrides it. I hope you did not understand this sentence. Don't need to worry, we'll understand this sentence when we code in Visual Studio. Right now, let me jump to the next table, next slide. Okay, here you can observe the Bootstrap grid classes. Okay, the table here shows or tells you shows you the available grid classes. Okay, that you can use to create the grid column layouts ranging from extra small devices like phones and to the large devices like desktops, screens. Okay, and that's the meaning of this table. In the sense, if you are creating a layout for different screen sizes like mobiles, tablets, desktops, or larger desktops, then Bootstrap is going to provide us something called Bootstrap grid classes, and using those classes we can create layout for different screen sizes like mobiles, tablets, desktops, and larger devices. Okay, I hope you understood. And if I am creating a layout for extra small devices like phones, and what is the class I have to use? The Bootstrap grid class I have to use is this one, call -xs. xs stands for extra small. Similarly, if I am creating a layout for small devices like tablets, I want to use this Bootstrap grid class called sm. sm stands for small. Similarly, if I am going to create a layout for medium devices, desktops, then I have to use this Bootstrap grid class called md. md stands for medium. Similarly, for desktops, I want to use this class called lg. lg stands for large. xs for extra small, sm for small, md for medium, lg for large. I hope you understood this Bootstrap grid classes, and without wasting much time, let us jump to a demo. And keep in mind, whatever we have some tasks to complete here. Okay, if we complete all these three tasks present here, then we have understood the Bootstrap grid classes. Okay, to understand that very clearly, what we'll do is we'll start our first task. The first task is we have to create a 4 equal columns on both medium and large devices. Okay, I repeat, we have to create a 4 equal columns on both medium and large devices. In the sense, in the web page, I want the 4 equal columns. Okay, Bootstrap grid system is going to provide us 12 columns. Okay, using that 12 columns, I want to divide it into 4 parts. Okay, and how to do that? It's very simple. Okay, let me jump to my web project. Okay, it's an empty web project, and let me add my Bootstrap references. I'll add bootstrap min.cs. Okay, and let me start my first task. I want to create a 4 equal columns. In the sense, Bootstrap grid system is having 12 columns, and in that 12 columns I want to make 4 equal parts. How to do that? And in the last session we learned the Bootstrap grid system rules. The rule is, I want to add a class container to the outermost element. Here the element is div. To this div I'll add a class container. And within the container we have to add another class called row to the element div. And my element is div here, and the class I'll add here as row. And in this row now our task has to be done. The task is we have to create a 4 equal column layout. Okay, so what I'll take div. Okay, and the task is I want to add class. Okay, and if I want to create a 4 equal column layout, and from that 12 columns what Bootstrap grid is going to provide us, I want to divide that 12 divided by 4. In the sense, each column, each part, 4 parts, each part will be having a 3 column each. So, and respectively on the medium device, if I want to create a layout for medium device, then what is the class I want to use? I want to use this class. What is the classes? Okay, call md, because our task is to create 4 equal column layout on the medium device, so I have to call this Bootstrap grid class. So I'll come here, I'll call that call md 3. Okay, and here let me write something called hello world. and here I've missed the semicolon, inverted comma, and let me copy it 3 times, and now let me run this project. Okay, once the build has started and succeeded, it just pushes this page to the browser and it's going to render this page. Okay, let us see how it is going to appear on the web page. Okay, and let me expand it. Okay, it looks like this. You can observe here, sorry for that, you can observe here the output is as expected, but this is not in the good format. What I'll do is I'll add some custom styles to this page. How do I do that? Okay, let me come here and let me add one style sheet to write my custom styles and demo. Then what I'll do is I'll write customize class name is customize, and here let me write some styles. Margin is equal to 3 pixel, and minimum height, let me take the minimum height, it should be of 300 pixel, and similarly the background color I'll take blue because I'm a Bootstrap lover. Okay, and let me take font family or font size as XX large. And what are the other things I have to take? Okay, it's very simple. Text of the color, since it is a background, I want to take the text of the color as light color. I'll take it as white. Okay, and that's it. And okay, that's enough for us. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll add this custom style, what I've done, the style sheet, to my web page. Where is that? Demo.cs. I'll drag and drop it here. Okay, now I want to call that customize class in my web page. How do I call it? Instead of calling like directly, what I'll do, I'll add one div element. To that div element I'll paste hello world. To this div I'm going to add that custom class. The class name is customize. What I'll do, I'll just copy and paste this div to other columns also, such that my work is reduced, and just to not waste the time. Okay, now I've added the custom styles class to it. Now let me go back to my browser and let me refresh. Okay, here you can observe it's printing hello world. Okay, and the other important point to observe here is we achieved our task. The task was we want to create a four equal column layout on the medium device. Yes, this is the large device, but you observe this is the medium device. Okay, on the medium device we are achieving it, like we are having a 4 equal column layout on the medium sized device. But other important point you have to observe is it's applying to the large device also. Why? Because you have to understand this sentence very carefully. Okay, grid classes for a given screen size apply to that screen size and also to the larger screen sizes unless another declaration overrides it. In the sense, okay, here we have applied this 4 column layout to the medium sized device, but it will apply to the large device also unless and until if you specify the separate condition for the large device. I hope you understood. Okay, and that's what the meaning of this sentence. Okay, now let me complete my second task. Okay, the second task is I want to create 4 equal columns on medium device. Yes, we have done that. We are having a 4 equal column on the medium device. Yes, we have done that. Okay, and let me continue the question or the task. The task is, and the 2 columns with 1:3 ratio on large device. I repeat, 2 columns with 1:3 ratio on large device, in the sense that 12 columns we have to divide in this ratio, that is 1:3, in the sense 3 columns to the left and other 9 columns to the right when it is on large device. Now it's very easy. What I have to specify is I have to come here and I have to specify call on the large device. You give 3 columns to this div, and here you give call, sorry, I want to write between that quotes, call large on the large device, give a 9 columns. Okay, such that 9 plus 3 is 12, because on the large device it's going to give a 3 columns, and sum of 3 columns, sum of 2 columns, and sum of 2 columns should be 12. Okay, and again let me come here, call LG, it's 3, and again to this line because it's the second row. Okay, now let me go back and let me refresh. You just observe the change what happens here. Okay, I think I'm not okay, it's 9 not 3. Okay, you can observe here the output is as expected. Okay, the output is as expected. In the sense, we have achieved the task. It should be 4 equal columns on medium device and 2 columns with the ratio 1:3 ratio on large device. Yes, this is the large device. Okay, on the large device we have achieved the ratio 1:3, in the sense 3 columns to the left and 9 columns to the right. Okay, and the second point you have to observe here is, okay, 4 equal columns on the medium device. Okay, let us go and check it. Okay, this is large device. As soon as I reduce it to medium device, you can observe the change. Those 2 columns of 1:3 ratio is adjusting to 4 columns when it comes to medium device. Okay, and that's what the specialty of Bootstrap Grid classes. It makes your web page to adjust itself, okay, when it reaches the particular device. Okay, and that's the beauty of Bootstrap Grid class. And coming back to the task, the third task is, I want create a 2 equal columns on a small device. Keep in mind, I want to create a 2 equal columns on small device. In the sense, you observe here on the larger screen we have 2 columns of ratio 1:3, and coming to medium screen it is 4 columns on a single row. Okay, and the other important task is, I want to reduce, I want to make this columns which are stacking on each other. Okay, two columns. Okay, when it reaches the small screen size, this is a small screen size. Instead of having only one column on this row, what I want to do is, I want to break this column into 2 parts. Okay, when it is reduced to small device, this is a small device, right? I want to make it 2 columns, but you can observe on the medium screen it is four columns, and coming back to larger screen it is 2 columns. Okay, now how to achieve this task? Like, create a 2 equal columns on a small device. We have to write a simple line of code. On the small device it should have 2 columns, so call md. Okay, on a small device, on a small device it should have 2 columns. In the sense, I want to divide the 12 columns into 2 parts. In the sense, 6, call small 6. Okay, let me copy and paste, or let me, okay, just to save the time. Okay, Control S, and let me go back and let me refresh this page. Okay, you can observe now our web page currently it is on large device. It is passing the ratio 1:3, in a sense 3 columns to the left and 9 columns to the right. And once it reaches the medium screen, okay, that 2 columns, or that 2 columns, what is happening is, it is disappearing, and on the medium sized device they are converting into the 4 columns. Okay, now as soon as I reach to the small size, what should happen? See, it's dividing into 2 columns. Okay, 6 of each, 2 parts, each having 6 columns in it. Okay, and that was our task. The task was to achieve create a 2 equal columns on a small device, and this is the small device. We have 2 equal columns. Okay, and now as soon as I reach to small device, what's happening? Each column is stacking on each other. In the sense, they are stacked one on the other. Okay, and this is what the extra small device looks like. Okay, now in this session what we learned is, okay, coming back to my presentation, what we learned in this session is, we learned like what are the Bootstrap Grid classes: extra small, small, MD, and large, and we learned how to use them very clearly. Okay, and finally we also learned something like taking this task and achieving them, and that's what we learned today. And coming to the last slide, what I'm going to tell you here is the advantages of using these Bootstrap Grid classes. Okay, we will be having a complete control over the layout, because we are specifying like on this device this much of column should appear. Okay, in the sense, we are having the complete control over the layout of our website on different screen sizes, and that's the meaning of that. Okay, because we are specifying the sizes of the columns on each device when it is reaching there. Okay, and that's the advantage of using these Bootstrap Grid classes. Okay, in the sense, we'll be having a complete control over the layout of our website on different screen sizes. Okay, because we have designed that layout, and that's the meaning of that sentence. And finally, thank you for listening. Have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ankpro Training, and we are also on Facebook. You can like our page visiting these URLs. and we're also on Twitter. For further reference, you can refer our websites, and we are on LinkedIn too. And last but not the least, don't forget to give the feedback. Thank you.